Are you looking for the best tile saw in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best tile saw that are available on the market. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below, and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. The 5th product on our list is the PorterCable Tile Saw. The PorterCable PCE 980 is a fantastic wet saw for those who need an around-the-house saw. The RPMs run just about right, and when it comes down to it, only our recommendation for professionals really beat it out during testing. PorterCable PCE 980 Wet Tile Saw 8 coming in with a 7-blade and a fantastic, smooth surface that makes slicing down the tile a breeze. It was a fun tool to work with. The lack of bevel was a bit concerning to our expert, but he also noted it's pretty rare that someone cutting at home will bother to bevel tile for a super snug fit even if the option is available. Unfortunately, this one is a bit of a water slinger, which was the biggest negative that we could find about it. It performed quite well, but grab some glasses and an old shirt because things are going to get muddy during operation even when it's filled just right. PorterCable PCE 980 Wet Tile Saw 6. That said, the lightweight also lent it to be easily moved around, which is a plus for those who don't want to have to walk from the garage and back between cuts. The moderate price tag belies some serious quality in this case, and some of our other tools really had to stretch. Up next in the 4th place is the Skill 3550-02 7-inch Wet Tile Saw. This is a lightweight unit with a seemingly undersized motor, but we quickly found it to be a fast favorite. The higher RPM makes up for it, although you may need to be a bit more careful than you would be with a slower saw. It's extremely portable, being one of the lightest of the saws which we put through the paces, and we found that the hydro lock system kept the saw from dripping while it was being moved. It also has an excellent splash guard, which made it one of the least messy saws to run out of the 5 we picked. Skill 3550-02 with hydro lock water containment system 3. The addition of a table extension is also nice for those who are planning on cutting bigger tile. There weren't any glaring problems with the saw other than the relatively mediocre build quality, which is common with Skill's tool. The splash protection was the coolest part to our eyes. However, when not cutting, this saw simply doesn't throw water. We ended up turning it off after 10 minutes of run time with only a few small dribbles of water. This is accomplished with a rubber gasket into our eyes. It's the main draw of the saw, although you should keep in mind it'll still throw a bit of water during cutting. The 3rd product on our list is the DEWALT Wet Tile Saw with Stand, a departure from the previous 2 simple benchtop tile saws. The D24000S is a beast of a tile saw with a 10-blade, a folding stand, and enough power to cut through nearly anything. Of the saws we tested, this was the one which seemed to cut the most quickly, and coupled with the excellent build quality, you have the best of the best. The problem is, of course, the extremely high price in comparison to the other saws we tested. It's built to DEWALT standards, which means a lot, but the price tag will give most homeowners pause. DEWALT D2400015 horsepower 10-inch wet tile saw 4 for those who work with their saw every day. However, this is a top-of-the-line option with a huge cutting surface, an excellent water reservoir, and minimal splashing compared to the sheer amount of power spooling up the blade. The higher RPM may give amateurs some trouble, but we doubt that many will be making this investment. And it's definitely an investment. While the other saws on our list are cheap enough that using them for 1 or 2 jobs isn't bank-breaking, but if you're not using this thing to make a living, it's probably just too much saw for just doing a kitchen floor and backsplash. 2nd on our list is the QEP22650Q650XT 3/4 HP 120-volt tile saw. We ended up reviewing 2 extremely cheap tile saws, and this was the best of the lot. Still, in the sub-100 range, it's sturdy enough that it'll make it through a few jobs, but you'll want to throw away the included blade. It's trash. That said, this lightweight, plastic frame saw is easy to transport, easy to use, and makes a great way to do a room or 2 around the house without the heavy investment in a high-end tile saw. Just keep the jobs small and you'll be fine. This is not a professional grade saw by any means. It's an off-brand, cheap saw that's balanced well and makes smooth cuts. It's a great way to make sure you have tile cutting capabilities in your workshop, and it's small enough most people won't have any trouble finding a place to put it. The best part of this particular tile saw is simply the fact that it works. It works well, and it's pretty well built overall without getting into ultra-cheap saws. It still vibrates and moves a bit, so either brace it or apply downward pressure during your cutting for the best results. Finally, the top product on our list is the WIN 71745-4, a 4.5-inch portable wet tile saw. We'll be upfront here. The WIN 71745 is not a great saw. It's serviceable, however, and will cut clean lines, but the overall quality falls far beneath the other options on our list, including the budget option. Here's the thing though, not everyone needs to do a full job, and saws costing a couple $100s aren't appealing if you just need to repair a cracked tile in the kitchen or part of a backsplash. That's where this saw shines. Coming in at extremely cheap while still making clean cuts is a big bonus for those who just need to make the occasional cut. Frankly, we don't know if we'd trust it beyond doing one room or so, and if you want a saw that's built to last, one of the other four are the way to go. When $71,745 for a wet tile saw with fence and miter gauge 3, but if you just need to cut the occasional tile and forget about the saw the rest of the time, this little beastie does wonders. In a departure from our normal mow, we realize that often someone will only need to cut 1 or 2 tiles and might not want to use a manual tile cutter, and this one barely costs more than a tile cutter anyways. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.